Have you ever been asked a question that sounded harmless on the surface, but felt wrong deep inside? A soft voice, a friendly smile, nothing overtly threatening. Yet the moment you answered, you sensed you had just stepped into a trap you couldn't win. This is the subtle art of manipulation. True liars don't only lie with words, they lie with questions. If you can't see through the disguise, you'll start doubting yourself, apologizing for things you didn't do, and eventually fighting yourself instead of them. The ancients knew this well. Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, all warned of the liar's strategy. Rarely do manipulators attack head-on. Instead, they plant tiny seeds of doubt and patiently wait for you to destroy yourself. 2,000 years later, this tactic hasn't disappeared. It has only become more refined. In this video, we're breaking down the 5 most dangerous questions liars ask to manipulate and control you. More importantly, I'll show you how the Stoics would respond calmly, clearly, and unshakably. By the end, you'll have tools to ensure you never become anyone's pawn again. So stay with me until the end. And if you find value here, consider subscribing. Not for me, but for yourself, so you never miss the next lesson that could sharpen your mind and strengthen your spirit. Question 1. Why are you being so sensitive? At first it sounds harmless, even caring. But don't be fooled. This is often the very first weapon used by a gaslighter. Hidden inside that question is not curiosity, it's accusation. What they're really saying is, you're weak. You're imagining things. The problem isn't me, it's you. Think back. Have you ever been in a relationship where the moment you pointed out something wrong, you were dismissed with a laugh? Oh, you're just too sensitive. Or maybe at work you questioned the ethics of a decision, only to hear, don't overreact. Hey, it's just business. That's not concern. That's a tactic. Their goal is to strip you of your greatest defense, your awareness. They take your sensitivity, which is actually a radar for danger, and twist it into a weakness. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Manipulators understand this. They plant seeds of doubt until you begin to question yourself, until you start believing you are the problem. But here's the truth. Sensitivity is not weakness. Sensitivity is awareness. A person who feels deeply often sees cracks in the wall before anyone else notices. A financial analyst mocked as paranoid for spotting small inconsistencies in the books, later uncovering a multi-million-dollar fraud. A wife sensing subtle changes in her husband's behavior, dismissed as overreacting, only to discover the betrayal months later. In both cases, sensitivity was not a curse. It was the early warning system. So what would a Stoic do? Marcus Aurelius once said, "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake, I will gladly change, for it is truth that I seek, not victory." A person who truly values you will never shame your awareness. Only those hiding something fear your perception. Next time someone throws the line, "Why are you being so sensitive?" don't get angry. Don't defend. Simply look at them and calmly reply, "I'm not being sensitive. I'm being observant." Does that make you uncomfortable? One sentence and you'll watch as the mask begins to slip. Question 2. You trust me, right? At first this sounds sweet, gentle, even affectionate. But make no mistake, this is not really a question. It's a trap. Because anyone who demands trust instead of earning it has already shown their true colors. Think about it. A trustworthy person never needs to ask for your faith. Their actions speak for them. Day after day, consistency builds trust. But when someone leans in, locks eyes with you, and insists, "You trust me, right?" what they're really saying is this: stop thinking. Stop questioning. Hand me the keys to your mind. Epictetus once warned, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Liars understand this deeply. They use this question to shut down your curiosity, to make you feel guilty for being cautious, to convince you that asking for proof makes you disloyal. But the truth is simple. Caution is not betrayal. Caution is wisdom. Think of the business partner who won't show you the numbers but whispers, "Just trust me." Or the lover who hides their phone but repeats, "Don't you trust me?" That's not trust. That's a demand for blind faith. And blind faith is the perfect soil for betrayal to grow. So how would a Stoic respond? Not with panic. Not with defensiveness, but with calm detachment. This is apatheia, the discipline of not letting emotion override reason. The next time someone asks, "You trust me, right?" Pause, breathe, and reply, Trust is earned through consistency. Are you asking me to ignore my judgment? That one line flips the frame. Suddenly the spotlight is no longer on you, it's on them. A liar will stumble, dodge, or lash out. But a person of integrity? They won't be offended. They'll simply keep proving through action that they're trustworthy. Never forget, trust is not a gift handed out under pressure. It is a fortress built stone by stone, with truth, time, and consistency. Give it away too quickly and you're not showing love, you're surrendering your peace. Question 3. Are you accusing me of something? This one is clever. On the surface, it sounds like an ordinary question, but in reality, it's a shield, a way to flip the script and put you on trial. Here's how it works. You notice something doesn't add up. You raise a concern. You ask a question. And instead of an answer, you get a sharp counterattack. Wait, are you accusing me of something? In an instant, the spotlight is no longer on their behavior. It's on you. Now you're the one defending yourself. You scramble to explain, backpedaling with phrases like, no, that's not what I meant. And the moment you do, your power is gone. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best answer to anger is silence." But silence in Stoicism does not mean surrender. It means refusing to play someone else's game. Think of a courtroom. If the guilty can make the judge apologize, the entire trial collapses. That's exactly what this question is designed to do. Turn your search for truth into an accusation you must defend. So how do you respond? With stillness. With composure. The next time someone snaps, "Are you accusing me of something?" Don't rush to fill the silence. Hold your ground. Maintain eye contact. Wait 2 or 3 seconds. And then calmly say, "Should I be?" Just 3 words, but they shift the pressure back where it belongs. Because liars expect panic. They never expect power. Picture this in real life. A boss questioned about missing funds deflects with, "Are you accusing me of stealing?" A partner confronted about secrecy bites back, "Are you accusing me of cheating?" The tactic is the same. Turn your concern into an attack. But the Stoic refuses to be baited. The truth doesn't panic. Wisdom doesn't apologize for observation. And here's the paradox. The one who blurts out, "Are you accusing me?" often reveals far more than they realize. Question 4. Would I ever lie to you? At first this sounds soft, almost tender, like a wounded plea. But don't be fooled. Would I ever lie to you? Is not really a question. It's poison wrapped in velvet. It's theater, a performance designed to make them look noble, and you look cruel for even daring to doubt. Ask yourself, why would anyone need to ask this unless they already sensed you were close to the truth? It's not about honesty. It's about guilt. Because if they can make you feel guilty for doubting, you'll silence your instincts. You'll stop asking questions. And that silence gives them exactly what they want: blind trust. But the Stoics remind us, truth does not fear scrutiny. Seneca wrote, "If it is not true, do not say it. If it is not right, do not do it." Integrity doesn't need to put on a show. Honest people don't need to convince you they would never lie. They simply let their actions speak, day after day, without protest. Think about it in real life. A partner hides their messages, then protests, "Would I ever lie to you?" A colleague dodges accountability but insists, "Come on, would I really lie?" The more they plead innocence, the more you should wonder what's hiding underneath. So how does a Stoic respond? Not by rushing to reassure, not by taking the bait, but with calm clarity. The next time someone asks, "Would I ever lie to you?" Pause, let the silence hang. Then answer, "That's not the question. The real question is, would I know if you did?" In that instant, the power shifts. Liars thrive in fog. They want you blinded by doubt. But your reply switches on the floodlight. And in the light, shadows can't survive. Never forget, honest people don't fear your questions. Only liars do. Never confuse the performance of innocence with the reality of truth. Question 5. Can't we just move on? This is the liar's final card. The desperation play. When denial fails, when distraction fails, when guilt fails, they turn to exhaustion. Can't we just move on? On the surface, it sounds like peace, like closure. But look deeper. It's not about healing. It's about escape. What they're really saying is, I don't want accountability. I don't want to face the truth. I just need you too tired to keep digging. And this is how many lies survive. Not because the liar is clever enough to outsmart the truth, but because the truth seeker grows weary and gives up. The Stoics knew this tactic well. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Notice he never added, "unless it's inconvenient." For the Stoic, truth has no expiration date. It does not vanish just because someone wants to move on. Think of real life, a company caught in scandal. The leaders beg employees, "Let's not dwell on the past. Let's focus on the future." Or a spouse exposed in betrayal. "Why keep talking about this? Let's move forward." But in both cases, the plea isn't for peace. It's for silence. It's an attempt to bury what still festers in the dark. So how does a Stoic respond? Not with rage, not with endless argument, but with steady resolve. When someone asks, "Can't we just move on?" Pause, breathe, and calmly answer, "I'll move on when I understand what happened. Not before." That single sentence anchors you in truth. It tells the liar you will not be rushed, that your peace is built on clarity, not fatigue. And liars hate this, because they survive on your exhaustion. But when you refuse to surrender, when you stand calmly in certainty, their game is over. Remember, moving on is not about speed, it's about honesty. And only when the truth is faced can peace truly begin. Stoic mindset to resist manipulation. Liars thrive on one thing: emotion. They don't need facts. They don't need logic. All they need is for you to lose your balance. They'll guilt you for asking questions. They'll shame you as too sensitive when you notice the cracks. And when guilt and shame no longer work, they'll try to exhaust you until you're too tired to keep searching for the truth. That is the battlefield of the manipulator. Not truth, not reason, but emotion. And this is where Stoicism offers its greatest shield. Epictetus taught, "Some things are in our control, others are not." This single distinction is the foundation of freedom. When you understand what belongs to you and what doesn't, you cannot be enslaved by their tactics. So when they try to guilt you, remember, their feelings are not your responsibility. When they mock you as too sensitive, remember, awareness is strength, not weakness. And when they try to wear you down, remember, truth has no deadline. The Stoic does not react at the liar's pace. He observes. He breathes. He chooses his response with precision, like holding the sword of reason steady in the heart of chaos. Picture yourself standing in a storm. Winds howl, rain lashes, thunder crashes, yet within you remain unmoved. That is the Stoic state of mind, calm when others lose control, clear when others are blinded. Here's the secret manipulators never expect. Their greatest weapon only works if you give them your reaction. Take that away and the weapon shatters in their hands. The Stoic knows silence can be strength, observation can be power, detachment can be liberation. So the next time someone tries to twist your perception, don't rush. Don't panic. Simply ask yourself, is this within my control or outside of it? And with that one question, you reclaim your freedom, calm, clear, unshakable. Conclusion: how to remain unshakable. Now you know the 5 dangerous questions liars use to manipulate. Each one is a move on the chessboard. Each one is a trap. But you are no longer a pawn. You are the player. The Stoic does not need to shout. He does not need to rage. He simply sits steady, gazes into truth, and lets the liar reveal themselves. Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, they all understood the same reality. The man who sees clearly is dangerous. Not because he is violent, but because he cannot be controlled. So remember, you are not cruel for having standards. You are not harsh for seeking truth. You are not weak for noticing deception. You are awake. And in a world of shadows, the awake are feared. Choose clarity. Choose reason. Walk as a Stoic warrior, calm, observant, unshakable. If this message resonates with you, tap like, subscribe to Truth to Mastery, and share this lesson with someone who needs it. And in the comments, write just 3 words: I choose clarity.